There you go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your collective meditation. It's rainy Monday morning here in the Philippines where we are, but everybody feels so warm because we're all together again this Sunday. Thank you for joining us. And with me are six other healers. I'll ask them to introduce themselves. Teacher June,
I'm a consciousness and mindfulness teacher and narrative yogi practitioner.
EJ,
Hi everyone, I am EJ. I am a Reiki Master and a Learning and Development Facilitator.
Lay,
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lee. I'm a licensed professional teacher, but I'm also a kids yoga teacher for kids and families, and also a Reiki practitioner.
Ai,
Hi, good morning. I'm Ai. I'm a healer, Arhatic Yogi, and angel guide. Good morning.
Marky,
Good morning, everyone. My name is Marky Mendoza. I'm a Reiki master and a podcaster. Good morning.
Pao.
Good morning. I'm Paulo De Vega. I'm also a Reiki master and I produce a podcast.
Great. Thank you, everyone. So today, pranic healer or Hattic Yugen life coach June Hebrew brought the sun with him, as you can see from his background, and is going to lead us into an allowing meditation. June?
Yes. All right. Hi, everyone. For this meditation, we call it the Eye of the Storm meditation, and this will be a silent meditation, so there will be no music, and all you'll hear is my voice to give you some cue, perhaps after several minutes of silence. And this Eye of the Storm meditation is focused on our breathing. And what I'd like you to do is to focus on the top of your nose, to the corners of your mouth. Okay, and if you see, you have your triangle here. Okay, and this is the triangle where we will be meditating on. As we move along for our meditation, the instruction is pretty simple. If there are thoughts that might pop out, or if there are any distractions, any noise around you, you simply entertain them and then go back to the triangle. Top of your nose to the corners of your mouth. And just go back to this triangle. We call this also the eye of the storm meditation because this is what helps us gain more awareness and more focus despite the many things that are happening around. If you notice or if you study a storm, if you're in the eye of the storm, you'll see that there are a lot of movements outside, but there's inner bliss and inner calm when you are in the middle of it. It's as if you are an observer in the middle of the storm and you just let all things around it pass, all things around it move. But then you can always go back to the eye of the storm, which is this triangle that I talked about. So everybody, please assume your meditation position. Okay, if you're sitting on the floor, you can do a cross-legged position, so long as you're comfortable. If you're sitting on a chair, feet flat on the floor with your knees hip width distance, hip width apart, and simply relax your shoulders and simply put both your hands or simply rest both your hands on your lap. It could be facing up or simply touching both your knees. Okay, for you to also check your posture, you can roll your shoulders forward and then raise it up to the back and allow your shoulders to simply rest on top of your hips. Okay, so if you're ready now, again, direct your attention to the triangle, top of your nose, to the corners of your mouth, and simply breathe in and breathe out, and breathing in, breathe out, and direct your attention to this triangle and gently close your eyes. Allow yourself to stay in the triangle. Our thoughts are designed to look for the past, to look for stories in the future, to look for conversations that it thinks should have happened but didn't happen. If thoughts like this arise, kindly go back to the triangle and focus on the sensation of the inflow of your breath through your nostrils and outflow of your breath through your nostrils. There's no need to regulate your breath. Allow your body to share its intelligence to you because your body knows how to breathe. It's its first knowledge simply to know how to breathe. So allow your body to breathe without regulating. And rest on it. It's normal for your mind to wander, and when it happens, gently command your thought to go back inside the triangle and feel the sensation in your nostrils as you breathe in and breathe out. Where is your mind now? If your mind is outside the triangle, gently call it back to the center of the triangle and focus on your nostrils, the inflow and the outflow. It's also normal to feel bodily sensations, and you can look at them. You can observe the sensations that are rising in your body, acknowledge it, allow yourself to feel it, but then always remember to go back to the triangle. What are you thinking of? Maybe your mind has wandered to your to-do list, or perhaps the many challenges that you are about to face. Acknowledge them and, 'em, and gently tug your thought back to the triangle. Maybe you can say to yourself, I just thought of this, or I just thought of that. And then gently call back your attention to the triangle into your nostrils. Maybe your mind has wandered off somewhere. Gently command your mind to go back to the triangle. The sensation in your nostrils as you breathe in and breathe out. Gently tell your mind, stay on in the triangle. Stay inside the triangle. Stay in the breath. And as you gently tell this to your mind, gather all your awareness inside the triangle, reminding yourself that anything outside this triangle is outside meditation. Or maybe you'd like to sharpen your focus. Maybe you'd like to sharpen your awareness. This time, let's focus on top of your upper lip and feel the breath and your awareness gather in this small space. Or maybe you'll notice that your mind has wandered off again. Gently tell your mind, go back to that space on your upper lip and feel the sensation of the breath. If your mind wanders, again, gently gather your awareness back to that space under your nose, just above your upper lip, and simply breathe in and breathe out without regulating your breath, trusting that your body knows how to breathe. Maybe there's discomfort in your posture or with the way you're sitting down. Don't change it. Simply get into it and simply go back to your breath. Maybe your mind suddenly got curious of what's going on outside with the sound of the storm. Simply allow whatever is happening outside and gently tug back your attention to a small space under your nose on top of your upper lip. Tell your mind, stay under my nose. Focus on the sensation under my nose. Focus on the breath. Is your mind wandering? Is your mind feeling all these bodily sensations? Acknowledge them, feel them. Don't try to change anything. And simply go back to your breath. As we go towards the end of the meditation, you will notice that you're becoming more excited to perhaps open your eyes, see what's happening. But it is important that as we go to the end of the meditation, that you don't break your awareness of your breath. It's important your eyes open. You can go back to the eye of the storm simply by acknowledging your breath, either in the big triangle or in the small inverted triangle that we have on top of our upper lip. So stay. Allow the sensations of excitement to rise. Don't react to it. We don't need to react to anything. We don't need to change anything. We don't have to upset you. Simply allow for this rising sensation to rise. So go back to your breath and allow the sensation to all settle down on their own. Anything outside the triangle is outside meditation. Gently tug back your mind inside this triangle. Before we open our eyes, whisper yourself this: nothing is outside meditation. Nothing is outside meditation. So as you open your eyes gently, allow yourself to still focus on the triangle of awareness. Allow yourself to be unperturbed, undisturbed by your surroundings simply by going back to your breath. Gently open your eyes and put on that big smile.
Thank you for that, June. It was very simple, yet kind of difficult for me because I'm doing heartfulness and mindfulness, and also before we're supposed to. I'm not sure if you're coming today, and so I prepared a different kind of meditation today, and it's so different from what you prepared. And I was like working on that meditation while you're doing your meditation, and then I had to just let go of it and just like focus on the breath. Very simple, but not so simple. Thank you for that. Because my mind wants to think, or I want to go to the feeling, and you just want to focus on the breath. And so I was like, am I going to do it my way or June's way? Until I finally gave up and no, let's just follow
Okay.
June. That it's okay. And when I did, I felt that yeah, in that space, I am just very calm because you're not thinking of
Yeah.
anything else, nothing outside of you. And so if you just focus on the breath, then that naturally allows you to calm down, even without thinking or feeling. So yeah, thank you for that. EJ has a big smile on his face. How was that for you, EJ?
Ah, a number of visions. I started by scanning my body. I felt three spots on my back that needed attention, and so I inhaled just as what June was asking us to do. And by focusing on my breath, I asked the stress to be out. And when I exhaled, they went away. Pressure on my temples. I also asked that this place be sanctified, that nothing outside of meditation can get me through. And I think it was warded off. Um, Visions of the sea, visions of some experiences were also there, which allowed me to smile from time to time. And when June said, "Did you feel excited?" I was feeling excited. I felt the warmth of the energies, not only um, of the energy here in my area, but also of all the meditators and the healers. Thank you very much, June.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, EJ. Again, your visions. Thank you for sharing that. Lay, how was your
Good
meditation?
morning. Thank you for that, June. It was very calming for me. Very, I think it was very appropriate that you call it eye of the storm, staying at the middle, kasi it was very, very calming. And I was just so grateful for the opportunity to really be still and focus on the breath. And it was the first time for me to focus on that triangle part, and it was kind of small, and I realized that when you focus on that part, it's so easy to fill that up. And then kasi for a time, so there was just light and I guess energy focused right there in the middle, and then very effortless the way it just flowed out afterwards. And that's what parang there was that feeling of expansion towards the end. So there. So thank you for that. I think among all the worries that we have been thinking of because of this typhoon, And every time you would say, "Where is your mind now?" Maybe you're thinking about that. Parang ako, yes, I am. Hold on, wait lang. I need to go back to that center. I need to go back to that stillness and focus. And that's right. And it was very gentle in the sense that, okay, it's okay. It's okay. If your mind is wandering, that's all right. Time to go back. And yes, I think that's a major reminder for me today to go back to your center, go back to yourself, go back to filling that thing up, no matter how small it is, and then just let it effortlessly flow. And start with stillness and with your breath. So, again, thank you so much. And I really enjoyed that. It
Thank
was very
you.
calming. I
Thank
feel
you.
so relaxed.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lay. I also have to tell my mind, okay, go back, go back to that triangle. How about you, Ai? How are you? How was the meditation?
Hi. So, para sa akin, it was really a meditation on allowing because during the meditation, I had two tests. So, first was my housemate kept calling me while we were meditating. So, I was like, okay, do I go out? Do I stay in the meditation? And then in the past there were times when if somebody bothers me during meditation I would get irritated and stuff and things like that, but this time I just allowed the person to keep calling me. And when I also tuned in a bit outside my consciousness outside, and I checked if it's an emergency, but it wasn't an emergency, so I just went back in and stayed where I was at in the meditation. And then the next one was because I'm here in a separate house in our compound. So here there's an attic. Tapos in the attic we have a mother cat and three kittens. So during the meditation, one of the kittens was crying because she fell down the stairs. So I also had to get up again and then get the kitten and return it there. But all the while, parang just staying focused on the triangle while moving around. So it was really it was nice. It was a wonderful test of yun, alam mo yon, yung being in the world but at the same time staying in your space of calmness and serenity and mindfulness. So it was a nice practice, very practical and concrete for me this morning. So thank you so much, June. That was a wonderful meditation also.
Thank you,
During while I
Ai.
was and focusing on the actual meditation, it was really parang very calming, very peaceful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ai. And you're able to practice it while you're moving around. No, you don't actually have to close your eyes to be in meditation. Marky, how was your meditation today?
Okay. Wow.
Morning.
Good morning, and to June, thank you. Gosh, thank you. I want to echo everybody's thoughts and sharing about their experience, and just like Karen started it, and I share the same because as a meditator, you you will develop your own rhythm eventually. You will start with the basics and eventually develop your own rhythm, develop your own experience, even direct your own way of perceiving your own meditation time. And somehow you will get used to it. And as you go through it, there will be times that going back to the basics, you feel like it's a strong challenge because somehow you've developed your own way of doing it. So I echo that. And what I really discovered is that as a meditator, it always surprises me that even if you feel like you've done this before, even if you know that maybe as you've developed your own way of meditating, or maybe if you feel like it's um it's a more challenging way of meditating and then you go back to basics, it still allows you to feel that yeah, I'm still open for more. That it may feel like very simple, but yet it's still very powerful. It just brings you back to that humble moment. when you just started learning about meditation and then finally discovering that no matter how chaotic it is outside, we may be experiencing a storm coming, and I know everybody else is very anxious, may feel like very concerned and anxious about the typhoon situation. And I feel that. And remember, as earlier, even June mentioned that you're where is your awareness right now? You may be thinking about I and just like I mentioned that earlier, I also acknowledge that. And it really allows you to really feel that you can still, even if you've been doing a lot of efforts on how you will be still be quiet, and you've been doing extensive efforts to continuously improve that, there is always a very good opportunity that you can go back to the basics, learn something new, and still improve many ways on how you're gonna focus on that one tiny area of your body that you can simply. I want to echo how beautiful they said earlier. It's a small space. It's easy to fill it up with that good energy. But not just that. We may feel that it was very simple if you followed through every simple instruction that June mentioned earlier. But you would really feel that you are really receiving this. Not just it's not just great power, but in that great power, you feel that the stillness in that quiet time, in that very small area of your face has that strong potential for you to just really feel that peace. And you know how peace is very golden nowadays. So I appreciate that a new discovery today will just allow you to go back to your basics. It doesn't mean that you have learned how to advance. It doesn't mean that you learned many techniques on how to be still, be quiet. When you go back to that simplicity of things, you will discover a lot of peace. And that's something that I really discovered today. So thank you. Thank you. It was a great opportunity.
Thank you, Marky. So his message is
Thank you,
go back
Marky.
to the basics, go back to the simplicity of things, and you will discover more, even in the basics, in the simple. Thank you. Master Bao, how was it for you?
Like you said, it was hard. And Master Marky read my mind. It's a basic thing eh. Yung to recognize your physicality while you're doing the meditation. But what I realized is the more distractions you have, the more you put yourself, your physical self out there, the more worries you have, the more harder it is for you to stay in that space. You
Yeah.
know? But on the contrary, it is so easy to get used to. Okay, it's hard to stay in there. Okay, it's easy to get used to, and once you do, it becomes your personal space. Eh. Um, in my meditations, I always create my personal space. You know, my favorite personal space, where whether it be a big place, a place that you would rather be in right now. Pero that small triangle, I couldn't believe that it could be my own space. Like it's like a space of protection. I literally put myself in that small triangle. Like I have other stuff going on, and then I just imagine myself nandun ako sa loob ng triangle, and I'm really protected. You know, and it's really a basic thing. You know, to recognize your breathing. But amazingly, it became a really big thing. It became a really powerful space. Mhm. It's a matter of getting used to, and it's hard to do, but in a matter of minutes you'll get used to it. Eh. And I think everyone can relate. I think everyone can relate to this. You know, it's very good that everyone here was able to experience this meditation. It's really good. I don't think you learned this from everywhere. So thank you so much, June, for making us experience this. It's really calming, and the energy is there. Aside from parang I wasn't calmed. The effect sa akin is hindi calming. It's energizing. It's energizing. There is warmth in that space, especially when you learn to focus it. You can actually do it 10 to 15 minutes. Goods na. Mm-hmm. So thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah. That's true.
Wow, thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing that, Bao. I
Yeah.
agree. Everybody felt that. It's very, very simple. And but yet it's very powerful. Focusing on the space and the triangle, and like Pao said, when you do that, you'll feel protected inside that small triangle. Can you please wrap up, June?
Okay. To give
And also react to
everybody a
what everybody
context of what
said.
happened. All right. Well, first, thank you for those reactions. Okay, and those are expected reactions actually, especially if you are getting back to the basics of meditation, which is simply your breath. Your breath is the most basic object of meditation, and a lot of meditators, even I myself included, have forgotten that. I have gotten so busy creating my scripts, doing some visualization exercises, body scanning exercises, thought noting exercises. But I forget that the most basic object of meditation is actually the breath. And a lot of people are having a hard time because um, there are a lot of distractions, and even the visualizations, even mental noting, even bodily sensations that have become distractions are okay to be used as object of meditation. But of course, but without forgetting that the most basic object of meditation is our breath. As a matter of fact, in the last silent retreat that I was in, it was actually a needle point that we have to focus on. Needle point here, okay, a point of the needle that we have to focus on, and we would meditate for 12 hours daily. Okay, simply focusing on that, right? Among other techniques, and it's also called the eye of the storm, simply because when if you notice, if I would say, okay, where is your thought now? It means that you are not in the eye of the storm. You are part of the storm. Your mind has become part of the storm. Okay, so when I ask you where is your mind, now go back to your breath. Simply, you're spiraling back to your very very center. Okay, to that space here. Okay, to that wonderful space here, where you can actually go back when you feel that everything around you is chaotic already. Okay, you also noticed perhaps when I mentioned, okay, who among you felt excited when I mentioned we're about to end the meditation? Okay, I could sense some sensation. Okay, even in myself, no, and I could sense some sensation from other people also. Na they're more excited. They want to open their eyes. Perhaps I want to see. Maybe there's something that I'd like to share. Okay, and without noting that when nothing is actually outside meditation. Okay, even when you open your eyes after meditation, the formal meditation that we did, there's still meditation. Right now, as I'm talking to everyone, I focus still here. I focus my attention here. I feel the sensation that's still going inside my nostrils and outside my nostrils. And I'd like to stay there as much as possible. But it's okay sometimes mawawala ka talaga. Tapos, and then you tell your mind, come back here, come back here, come back to the. And as a power of it, it enables you to also gain control of your mind rather than your mind controlling you. Because your mind sort of wants you to be here, be there, okay, do this instead, okay, and when we allow our mind to do that, it's as if our mind is controlling it. But if we gently tug our mind, oops, oh, you're not supposed to be there, you're not supposed to be there, come back to the breath. You're training the mind. It's similar to when, for example, you're training a dog, diba? When you walk the dog, sometimes they don't want to walk. You have to tug and tug and tug them. Okay, it's similar to the mind. Okay, when you're able to tug the dog, okay, pag tinatag mo yung dog, come here, come here, come here, eventually that dog would actually walk the path that you want it to walk. Okay, if you walk your dog every morning, that's how dogs are. It goes with the mind as well. You can tell your mind, oops, come back here. Oops, come back here. Bodily sensation here. Oops, come back here. No reaction. And then we get to make our mind follow us. So that's it. So I hope we always remember to go back to the basics, no matter how advanced we have become. Because I know we are all advanced meditators here, but the foundation of the foundation, the real foundation of advanced practice is actually 80% basic, 20% additives, okay, additionals. So that's it. So thank you for allowing me to serve, Karen.
Thank you so much, June, for guiding us to go back to the basic, to go back to the breath. And like what you said, it's really training for your mind. So for everybody watching, I hope you can go back to the meditation, replay it, listen to it again and again until, especially if you're new, it will help you really with focus. And it will help you with calm, with power, like what everybody said. So thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again for Collective Meditation Sundays. Tuesdays we have Creating Space. Thursdays we have workshops, and you'll see all of this fabulous and very generous healers with us today. Again, thank you, EJ, Lay, Ai, Marky, Pao, and of course, thank you, June, for leading this meditation. Bye for now, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.